Hello, I'm John. This is Tswana from Realm of the Claw, and you're watching War Games, Models, and Other Hobbies. Now in this video, I'm going to do an unboxing of Tswana from Realm of the Claw. If we have a look on the back of the box, we'll see that they're number 1 in the list of characters. First video I showed you Nakuru and Saber, who were the original 2 of this set that I got years ago. I picked up the rest of the characters all boxed up a few years ago. They've just been sitting in a cupboard because I haven't really known whether I want to open them up or put them on display or whatever, but I've now decided I want to open all of these up. So just having a look at all of the box art, we have on all of them have this little brickwork around the side. There's the collector's card for Tswana, and on the back of the box going through is a picture of them there. On the back it's got all 6 characters, as well as a little explanation just here of the backstory and a little blurb from Stan Winston. So these were made by Stan Winston Creatures to go alongside a comic. Unfortunately, I've never read the comic. I'd like to get my hands on it so I can have a bit of a read and have a look at it. But what we're going to do in this video, as I've said, is I'm going to unbox this and we're going to have a look at this character. So, what I am going to do, because there's an inner plastic in here, I want to keep the back card. So I'm going to run my knife around the edge to open up the box. Okay, there we go. So let's lift off the first bit of the plastic, move that to one side, lift out the character. So here we have the box art, so you can see there's the image of him here. Pretty much nothing in the background, just some roots and something like that. But I'm going to keep this because I like to keep all of these, even though I unbox them, just because it's got a bit more detail on there. So the first thing that I'm going to take out is our character card. So here we have 1 of 6 and his details. In a later video when I've unboxed all of these, we're going to have a look at all of these cards and have a bit of a look at the backstory. But for now, we'll get on with unboxing Tswana. So I want to keep all of these card pieces just so I've got hold of them. And now let's have a look at the character. So this is quite old. So these were produced in 2022, I think. So hopefully nothing's perished at all in there. But we'll get the second head out. So as we saw in the last video, each of these guys have 2 different heads that you can put on. One with an open mouth, one with a closed mouth. So there is the closed mouth. Get my knife again just to cut this tape. So Tswana has an axe as well as this shield. They're really quite nice, the level of detail that comes with these. So we've got the strap with that kind of plaited leatherwork, the wood back, the nails going around the edge that attach the leather to the shield, and then bigger nails holding it in place. Likewise with the axe, we've got the metal handle here, then a bit of kind of cordage, and the main axe itself. So I think, yep, we've got some little ties on here, so I'm going to flip it over to undo these ties. So I was really quite lucky when I found these on eBay. Someone was selling all 6 of the series, as I had 2 of them already and I didn't want to spend too much money. I only bought the 4 I didn't have. So someone else got the chance to get those other 2. So that's all of those ones. Let's do the ones around the leg. So each of these comes with its own sculpted base. So we'll have a look at Tswana's base as well. Okay, so that's all of them undone. Let's flip it back over and carefully lift it all out. Oh, there we go. Let's get rid of all of these little bits of wire. Okay, so let's just place them down. So the sculpted base of Tswana is a fallen tree branch, some logs, roots. Quite a nice sculpted piece, that one. Let's have a look at this character. So want to be really careful with this because it is old now. It's 20 plus years old, so I don't want to force the joints, but we can see a few points of articulation. So looking at it, we have the shoulder points. We then have just above the elbows and the wrists. So that's 3 points in the arms. The legs have, see, a little hinge there, some partial ankle movement. I don't want to move that too much. The legs just above the knee on the thigh move, as well as the hip joints, and the head as well moves. So we can replace that head. I'm not going to pull it off just yet. I don't want to damage it, so I'll just have a look at this detail. So we've got on here different kinds of armor. It's quite nice. So we've got, looks like some plated armor there with some leather trim, some scale mail on this side with leather trim, chain mail and leather. The tail on this is really quite flexible, so I'm wondering if over the last however many years that this has been in the box, the connection just in here has perished. So I'm going to be really careful with that. I don't want to move that around and damage it. All in all, this looks like a great character. We're going to mount it on its base and then put its weapons in place. So I want to do this quite carefully. I don't want to force anything as I put it in place. There we go. So there it is on its base. Now looking at the heads, I do quite like the one with the mouth closed on this one, but also with its baring its teeth, it's quite good as well. So its ears are back there, so its ears are sticking back, and yeah, so it looks like it's about to fight. Okay, so let's have a look. Normally with these, you find where the position's meant to be by how it's sculpted. So if I turn the arm round, you can see it doesn't quite match up. So I know that the arm's meant to be in that kind of position. So the axe itself wants to go in here. It's quite tough to put it in there, so I'm thinking it goes in, there we go, goes in like that, and then we pull it up slightly. So there's the axe in place. So the shield, I really like this shield actually. It's a nice piece for the set. Normally with these kind of action figures you get loads of weapons and things like that, but it's nice to see something slightly different as a shield. That's just a little bit of paint fleck there. I might sort that out later, but I'm not too worried. So I'm assuming that this goes over the whole hand. So I don't want to be too forceful on this as it goes in. Okay, so for now it looks like I don't want to force it over the thumb. I kind of assume that it's going to sit up higher on the wrist, but what I'll do just for now is I'll just put it on the hand. Well, no, that's not going to stay. Right, let's have a look at this arm. Right, I want to get this shield on. Okay. So I want to be as careful as I can when I do this. Okay, that one's... For now, don't want to force this, as I don't want to damage it. So I'll come back to that one. So in a later video, we'll have a look to see if I've sorted this out. But for now, let's just have a look at Tswana on their stand. It's a really nice base, nice contrast. Each of the bases I think is very different, so it adds to the character. I think it's earth, air and fire all of the characters kind of come from, so this one I think is earth, but we'll look at that in a later video. I also want to make a stand for all of the spare heads, so I'll have all 6 heads lined up on a little stand so I can change them over, as well as a little display feature for the collector's cards as well, because each of them comes with one of those. So thank you for watching. Please like, comment and subscribe. My name's John, and you've been watching War Games, Models and Other Hobbies. Quick update to this video. I managed to get the shield in place. It took a little bit of moving around, but it's now mounted onto his wrist. Also managed to change the head, which I'm quite happy about. But now we've got Tswana with the different head and the shield in place. See you on the next video.